Welcome to another video, Walk on the Wild Side, and I'm here in Blackpool. I'm right in the centre of town, in the Talbot Gateway here. Yeah, I've got the big Sainsbury's behind me. All new, this part of Blackpool, yeah, all in the last 10 years or so. I remember when all this was being constructed back in 2013. I've got photographs of it somewhere. We've got the council offices behind me. And what I thought I'd do in this video is to take you around this part of Blackpool, because like I said, there's been a lot of changes here in the last 10 years or so. All change around here. There's streets gone missing. There used to be a street around here called Swainson Street. It's not here anymore. So does anybody remember Swainson Street? And also Seed Street as well. Two streets in this area as we look up the council offices here. Two streets that have gone missing when they built the Talbot Gateway. And just look over here, we've got a new building going up. Again, it's all part of the Talbot Gateway, a new office for the DWP just over there. So this is Cuxton Street here now. Well, I don't need to say much about Cuxton Street, do I? That street there is called George Street, and we're going to go on a bit of an explore around here. I want to go and take you around. We'll have a look and see what it's like around the Talbot Gateway. I don't know where Swainson Street was. It was somewhere around here. Got a bit of a grim history as well. There was a plane crash on it, and I think there might have even been some World War II bombs that dropped around here somewhere. Let's go and have a look around, shall we? Check out that view of the tower there and St John's Church there from here. You won't be seeing that too much longer when they finish that big office block there. It's going to just cover up all that section there. Anyway, this road here, which leads down the side of Sainsbury's, is called New Larkhill Street. Was there an old Larkhill Street? I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. Someone might know, but there you go. That goes down the side of Sainsbury's. What I thought I'd do is I'd do a bit of a circle. So we'll head down this way, George Street, and we'll go around this area, and I'll try to talk to you a little bit about the history. That's looking down Grosvenor Street. That leads you down to Church Street and the Salvation Army, you can see down there. The big church is called, I think it's called File Coast Alive or something like that. So we're now walking down the back of the Sainsbury's, and what used to be around here was just one big massive car park really, and I think the car park was on Seed Street. I might be wrong. I remember when it was all rough around here. We're heading towards Buchanan Street, this one where the cars are coming round, can you see? It's all sort of been closed off. It used to be able to go down there from here, but you can't now. It's kind of been made one way now, Buchanan Street. So this is how it looks around the back of the Sainsbury's. Got a bit of a, oh look at this, got a few trees. Yeah, there's a little bit of green space round here, you know. We need the green spaces here in Blackpool. So this is where the rough car park was. We also had places like the Tash nightclub and Barney Rubbles, and we had shops, but they were like really tatty looking shops. Peter Jones Carpets. There was all sorts of other businesses around here. There might have been a car sales, I think, around here, but this part we're looking at now was where most of the car park was. And Seed Street is one of those streets that's well, it doesn't exist anymore. So I thought I'd take you right round the Sainsbury's and see if anyone can remember. Let me know in the comments if you can remember Seed Street or Swainson Street. Well, this is Buchanan Street. It used to be a one-way system as well a few years ago. Yeah, I remember when they were building the Talbot Gateway in 2013. I don't know when they started, and I'm not quite sure when it finished, but they were definitely on with it in 2013. It could have been 2014 or maybe 15 when all this was completely finished. The Sainsbury's and the council offices. Anyway, we've got a car park here, and this is right next to a pub called the Ramsden Arms. Yeah, just the other side of Sainsbury's. The Ramsden Arms pub. Has anyone been in the Ramsden Arms? I think I have, but it was a long time ago. It's a pretty old pub. Quite an impressive looking pub as well. The Ramsden Arms. I'll just head across the roads where I get a better view. So we've got a business on the corner, A1 Mobility. And if those cars are belonging to the business, I'm in the wrong game. We're just coming up on Talbot Road now, just opposite North Station. I can see a big train on the platform there, look. Looks a bit like a, I don't know, Northern. It's a Northern train, that one. Yeah, so this is Talbot Road, looking towards the Sainsbury's petrol station there. And just here we've got a hand car wash. Talbot hand car wash. And that's looking back down Buchanan Street there, and we're getting a look now at the Ramsden Arms Hotel. Look at this, folks. Look at that pub there. Quite impressive, really, isn't it? It is a big pub, folks, here on Talbot Road. The Ramsden Arms. I think we might have had to demolish a pub. I'm not too sure, folks. Some of you might know. We're looking back up Talbot Road there towards the town centre. I'm just going to head across the road here. I want to take a look at these trains. Let's have a look, shall we? So we're looking towards the platform here now. Here's a look down Talbot Road towards, you see that down there? I'll just quickly show you down here. You see that building that's beyond the Sainsbury's? That used to be a hypermarket. It was a Normid co-op. It's now a Mecca Bingo. So that was purpose built for Normid as a hypermarket. Yeah, the co-op. And it's been a Mecca now for, well, more than 30 years or so. So this is a quick look down the road. There's another pub down there called the New Road Inn. The New Road Inn. And I don't know how far this Talbot Gateway is going to go. I don't think it's coming any more this way. I think they're building more into the town. The new tram station and hotel are all part of it. The Talbot Gateway. Yeah, very, very modern. So I'm going to take a walk around. And yeah, now Swainson Street, I don't know exactly where Swainson Street was, but it's got a bit of a history. It was cut through Sainsbury's, I think. They built the Sainsbury's on the site of Swainson Street. And something happened in 1935. There was a plane crash, and that plane was carrying two sisters. And one of the sisters was ejected from the plane, and she landed in a tree on Leopold Grove, which is somewhere over the way over the other side of town. And the pilot of the plane and the other sister, well, they kind of landed with the plane. It landed on Swainson Street, which kind of runs right through here, as far as I'm aware. That was in 1935. I'll put a link to the story in the description if you want to find out a bit more about it, read up on that. Yeah, so this is the big Sainsbury's here in Blackpool. Talbot Gateway looks a bit like an airport terminal, doesn't it? With all that glass there. And they've got like a fence going around the side at the moment. I think what's going on is they're replacing some of these plate glass windows which were broken. I don't know how they got broken. Anyway, I want to tell you a bit more about something that went on around here. Yeah, a bit of history for you. I'll tell you what, I'm having to dodge the beer monsters around here, all right. Anyway, we had the plane crash in 1935 with the two sisters and the pilot. They were all killed. One of the sisters, they were called the Barnes sisters, by the way, Lillian, she was the one that landed in the tree on Leopold Grove. Yeah, very grim. That happened on Swainson Street. And there was another incident on Swainson Street, C Street. This area, 1940, there was a rogue German bomb which landed around here and it killed 7 people, yeah. And destroyed a few buildings. Oh! Oh, it's happened. It's kicking off in Blackpool. Yeah, so there's a bit of devastation around here during the war, yeah. And I'll tell you what, North Station, the building, the original building would have stood just there, the original North Station building back then, yeah. And that was reduced to rubble to make way for the Fine Fair store, which then became Wilko and has now been demolished to make way for the new tram station and hotel. We're looking towards what's left of North Station over there. It's like a cowshed, isn't it? Yeah, and you can see down the track there. You can see the water tower down there as well. So anyway, I'm just giving you a bit of a pan round just to give you an overview of the area. The Talbot Gateway. A lot of glass around, isn't there, folks? And by the way, this is Bickerstaff Square right here. Bickerstaff, named after the former mayor of Blackpool and the man who was very influential in getting Blackpool Tower built. He put a lot of his own money into getting the tower built, and as we see, he's got his name etched in the granite there. Looks quite fancy when it's all lit up at night. That's the old bus station and car park over there. It's still a multi-storey car park, but it used to have the bus station underneath there. They put all that glass around the side and it lights up with LEDs. It looks quite fancy at night, actually. It does. So all this is new, of course, as you can see. They're still working on it. They're putting the pavement down there on the other side of the hotel. We're looking down Talbot Road now, and I'll just show you a view of Cookson Street. You might be able to see the Regent Cinema, and it's down this way on the left hand side where the Tash nightclub was. And Barney Rubbles, who remembers the Tash nightclub? I remember the building, I never went in. Well, it was just over there on that side of the road. It's been replaced by all this steel and glass, as you can see, which is where the council offices are. We've got business premises, we've got the post office there, we've got some sort of training place there. It did take quite a while for these businesses to for these units to sell. Oh, it took years for some of these units to sell, yeah. In fact, if we look back this way, the post office was only opened in the last couple of years. It used to be at the back of W.H. Smith's, and there's one on the corner there. I think it was a coffee place. That one's to let. So if anybody fancies letting one of these units out here, I bet it's not going to be cheap, folks. Anyway, we're just outside Mr. Baz Rice now. Mr. Baz Rice. This is where the buses used to go flying right in here. They used to go bombing it right into the back of the bus station there, where the front door is pretty much. And we're just coming round now, almost back round to where I started. We can see this new building. I'll just show you. That's what it's going to look like. There you go. It's going to look just like that, and all the people, look at the people there, look. Can you spot a beer monster? No, neither can I. It's funny how they magically disappear on these artist impressions, the beer monsters. So there you go, folks. If you want a view of the tower from here, you better be quick, because this thing is going to just completely block the view from here. I'm now just outside what used to be, what I remember it as, the Hop pub. I think it was something before the Hop, but it's now the King Street Dental Surgery, or at least this was just the facade. They kept the facade of the pub, and it's now a dentist. So we're pretty much back round to where I started, just over there. Okay, so I'm back here to where I started. This is called Weaver Walk, by the way. It goes down the side of the council offices. We've got the green to that side there. That was a little walk around the Talbot Gateway here in Blackpool. What do you think, folks? It's got quite a history to it, hasn't it, with the plane crash and also that World War II bomb that landed in this area, and the two streets, Swainson Street and Seed Street, which are no longer here anymore. I'll put links in the description to stories on the plane crash and the bomb that landed here, so you can find out a bit more. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you do, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I'll see you again on the next one.